I worked for design agencies all around the city for 15 years. Really enjoyed it, but at nighttime I'd always been sculpting and painting. It's kind of just been my nature. At one point, you know, as it goes, you change and you evolve and you start thinking of different things. It was kind of time to do something different. So I bought an Airstream and I moved to Franklinton. I just parked it up against one of the warehouses. It was a risk, but it was worth it because I could actually fully invest myself in it. I still did some freelance for a while to keep going until I had enough work to sustain it. I did a lot of painting and a lot of sculpting, and that was kind of nice to be free. I didn't have long to do it, you know. Money was always tight, and I had to figure that out, but it was a great time. And, you know, and then the company evolved and became, you know, what it is now. But yeah, it started in an Airstream. I looked like I'm sure, the crazy guy on the hill. Like, what is he doing? Now, we do sculpture, but we're a job shop, so we also do a lot of other things. Everything from large tables, we've done huge conference room tables, sign jobs, anything that had a little bit of an artistic design bent. So we don't typically do anything that's already thought out or flushed out. So they come to us and they want to design. So the cool thing about us is we design it and build it. So it gets the little nuances because we're a part of it for all the way through. As far as the aesthetic of it, oftentimes we like to show the labor. So there's something I heard a long time ago, was like in the 50s or whatever, it was kind of the West Coast against the East Coast. And the West Coast is always their stuff is very polished, very colorful, shiny, plastic. And the East Coast was much more like show the nails, show the labor. And I always loved that, and I always thought, well, I like people to see the labor that goes into it, because this takes countless hours and a lot of people to make it happen. We did a huge sign just out of nails one time. I mean, it was 5,600 nails just pounded into a wall, but there's something about that, like once you see it, you're like, well, somebody had to do that. And you know, to me, the labor is on, the process is just as important as the product. But if I can pull off both, where you see a really cool product and then you're like, wow, that must have taken a while to do it, I think that kind of hits all cylinders for me, yeah. Having the experience in my old world, you know, working with clients and knowing how, you know, you have to take what they say and turn it in and involve it and give it back to them what they hadn't necessarily thought of. Well, one thing I realized over the time is that you're not just hiring a designer, I'm an artist. So I do hand sketches, and just something about the hand sketches still feel very malleable, you know? Like when I show a client the sketch, we can really talk about it and we can figure it out. If I went right to digital, and everybody does this now, they just show a 3D already finished look, there isn't much room for discussion. So I think that's really helped me to go from sketch. Once we get that nailed down, I might even sketch one more time, and then we go into the design phase and then the build phase. So I don't know, there was something about that we could really talk about it. And obviously people kind of pick us because we have a little bit of the same flavor, or, you know, they kind of like our aesthetic in a way. I really like the oversized object thing. We just did the Slingshot. What I liked about that is it's a huge slingshot, but it has that mischievous kind of kid-like nature, right? So you feel creative, or you feel like a kid when you're looking at it. And there was really something captivating about that. Plus it was interactive. But it wasn't interactive in a digital way. It was interactive in an analog way. We're kind of doing where you sit in the stirrups and you get pictures looking like you're going to be shot into the river.
Do you remember where that idea came from for the Slingshot?
No, you know, I think probably after a nap. I woke up and a lot of good ideas come after a quick nap. I think that's where it came from. Misfits by nature. The idea there was just I had to have something to do with a tree. So since this one was also in the Arts District, it was a tree made all of firewood. Quite elaborate. It's just not firewood, it was all sculpted to be firewood. As you go up the tree, there's 9 stained glass birds, and they're all very misfit in color. There's mismatching color, and they all light up from the inside, and that's kind of the artist, and the tree was kind of the community, or Franklinton and how it grew up. It's great to take a material that's used for one thing and completely use it for something else. That's kind of the artist way, you know? You take something commonly seen and you find a new use for it. I love that that really gets me going, that process. Pilot dogs have been around since the 1950s, when Franklinton was rough. And they're walking around the whole neighborhood, walking their dogs in some pretty crazy stuff. So I basically did a maquette. I sculpted a small maquette, took it directly to them, and right away they just said, yes, this is what we need. So we did a bronze piece. It was a full guide dog and man walking the dog, and it was full size and had puppies going out. It was really nice. And the way it worked was so authentic. I think I was built for this just because that's how my mind works. I've tried other things and they don't necessarily match up like these do. This is just the way I think, so it's natural. I really like the teamwork aspect of it. I really enjoy the fact that, like, I know somebody who's just a fantastic woodworker and we have a project that needs to deliver that. And I know that craftsmanship and that eye is going to go into it. So, you know, we don't do every piece all the time. We certainly do a lot of the sculpting components, but it is great to kind of build a team of different talents to put it all together. And that, I've really enjoyed that part. That's inspiring. The whole Slingshot was built with all Franklinton people. Even the foundation was dug by one of the Franklinton neighbors. There's a lot of combination of other people to make even what we have work. I don't need every piece of the puzzle. Sometimes when you just have just the necessities, it almost is the mother of invention too. You know, it doesn't have to be elaborate to make elaborate. You know, you can start with very simple things, an angle grinder and a welder and some metal, and it's what you see. It still fascinates me that I can go from a sketch to a full-size something. You know, that process is almost magic sometimes. That we went from nothing but a thought to, you know, 8 months later, it's standing right there. It blows me away every time.